Hello. I have a question, and it's directed at Ray, but I'd like everyone to answer. I work in the arts industry, specifically in the film industry. And over the past year, I have seen a great decline in the number of productions being carried out in the city and in the province. And I've also seen the beginning of the drain of young talent to other provinces. There are numerous reasons for this. One is an alteration in the tax credit for film that's recently been passed. Winnipeg is much more attractive. Alberta, the Maritimes, much more attractive. We used to be a center for film, and I'd like to know what concrete solutions you have to keep the arts, not just film, but also the arts, in Saskatchewan. That's my question.
Thank you for that question. Let me just bounce that back off you. You're asking what needs to be done to keep the arts in Saskatchewan?
I'm asking for what concrete measures, what specifics would you like to implement to keep the arts here? Not just rhetorical dodges,
No.
but specifics.
When the government put in assistance for film and the film industry, part of it was that it was produced in Canada. And to the best of my knowledge, Heritage Canada has looked at that program, and from what I've been given to understand, that program will be beefed up and enhanced so that specific dollars will come to producers, directors of film and I believe audio as well, in terms of new dollars for productions that have been shortened up. Yeah.
We've seen quite the opposite. We've seen a decrease.
Right.
And it's a dying industry, and that's unfortunate.
It's almost a catch-22. The dollar shrinks, so the production shrinks. Around and around we go. So hopefully, hopefully we want to increase the dollar so the production can therefore get back up to where it was.
Is there anything for Saskatchewan specifically that you can suggest?
Saskatchewan had. I'm trying to think of the terminology. It's a Western night that was held in Ottawa this past month that featured, musical numbers, literary numbers, all. Pardon?
Funding is what I meant.
Yeah, it was all in, well, I'm talking about that. That was all in Ottawa, and that was all funded by the federal government. That funding is supposed to come back down into the province again to help them continue to grow their arts program. It's of interest to note that specific dollars have been set aside for little tykes so that they can get involved in the arts program and parents can be alleviated of some of those registration costs. So we're working at it.
The unfortunate thing is when they get to my position, they leave.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we can make it enticing enough to keep you here.
Hopefully so.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't get your name? Tyler. I think many people I know in Regina were formerly employed in the film industry in this city. Some of them were employed at SCN. And I think it was a travesty provincially that the provincial government sold SCN, because SCN matters. And SCN was a real linchpin for a lot of young producers and artists aspiring in the film industry, and it's a real shame that that's gone. And I opposed that at the time, so I'm walking my talk on that position. I think when we're talking about the arts, we have to view it not only on the bare dollars and cents that some of the other parties do, but as an essential part of our culture and our national ethos. And that means strengthening our cultural institutions. We should be expanding the role of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation to assist local artists, to assist local production of film. We should be strengthening our Canadian content rules to make sure that our television stations and broadcasters are putting Canadian content first in all circumstances in prime time, not just so we can see a move away from the cuts, a move away from the hollowing out of our arts industry, and make sure that it's domestic here. And I also, for that matter, would provincially support, obviously it's not federal jurisdiction, the reinstitution of that provincial tax credit that made Regina a real leader in film production in North America. And it's a shame that is pretty much hollowed out, and you can see a tumbleweed going through our film industry in Regina. So let's strengthen our cultural institutions. Let's strengthen the CBC, let's expand the CBC, and let's make sure that the arts are taken seriously as a priority in this country.